Ordering 2 clothing collections a year is so last season. The latest trend in the sector is the fast fashion model, used by companies such as Zara or H&M. IESE professor Víctor Martínez highlights how companies can use assortment rotation to increase consumer spending and gain competitive advantage.
Fast fashion is a relatively new business model that has been it's been called like that since the probably 1990s. It's more, it's not a revolution so much, it's more like the evolution of the model from the 80s of quick response in fashion that was actually applied very successfully by companies like Benetton. So the traditional model of quick response, the general idea was if a company is able to distribute its products very quickly, one is able to design the product, buy it, and essentially wait until the customers come to distribute the item. So the stores that you would find, for example, at Zara, would be a store that changes collections permanently. Every week, you would see new things in the store. The assortments will change, the displays will change. Those are stores that essentially have a product that moves very quickly, much faster than other customers. And together with the store, they have actually changed the customer or found a new customer that comes to the store more often because of this rotation of product, that buys probably more impulsively. So this fact shows that you have these new stores are able to sell much more than the traditional stores. And this is what makes their success, actually. Assortment rotation is actually one of the big parts of the strategy of these companies. And the general idea is, if we rotate the assortment more often, so on the one hand, we're going to incur in higher design costs because we'll need to design more products. So we'll need more designers, we'll need probably more work on production setups and so on. And that's costly, right? But on the other hand, this has a component of providing more variety for the consumers. And the general idea in that respect is the stores are going to see more products introduced constantly. As a result, customers will see, wow, this store actually has new things every week. What is your optimal level of assortment rotation? It's essentially the one that where the incremental sales that you achieve by rotating a little bit more are matched with actually the additional cost to do that. Inventory might be a danger here because we introduce more products, there are more chances of actually not selling those products, and so having to discard them, to salvage them at the end of the year or of the season. However, the companies that do this have thought they have been very smart about it. They produce more items in smaller quantities. And that has an effect. So first of all, reduces the risk of having excess inventory. And second, because there are smaller quantities, the item actually will stay less time in the store. And this is actually what drives consumers to buy faster. Particularly depends on what the competition does. If you have a competitor next door that does not rotate the assortment at all, that introduces product beginning of, for the winter season and does not change it until maybe 6 months later, it's a very easy thing. We don't need to rotate very much. By rotating a little bit of your store every week, we are infinitely better than this other competitor. So customers will naturally come to us more often. However, if the competitor rotates often, then we'll have pretty much no choice, and we'll need to keep the pace with this other competitor. However, rotation in itself does not mean that the companies are the same. You'll have more variety, but those will be different products. So for the consumer, this is actually good. They will be differentiated in terms of what products they bring to market. one other key element of fast fashion is essentially all the operations component that is required to support this assortment rotation. Essentially, one of these elements is to have a very efficient and agile supply chain at the same time. So what does it mean? It means that a firm will need to control the supply chain very well. Another one would be lead time. Lead time is critical in the quick response business model, and this is becoming more and more an issue because now, Zara used to source a lot of their products from Spain, from Portugal, from Northern Africa. Now more and more from Eastern Europe and Turkey, for example. And this is important. So if you can have products in 4 weeks that are produced in Turkey and sold in Spanish stores, this is a big difference. When most of the traditional industry, if they produce far away, for example, in Asia, it might take up to 6 months to do that. There are other industries that have similar dynamics. You can think, for example, of electronics. Electronics is becoming very much like fashion these days. So you have new products coming into the market very often. You don't have the typical maybe year or couple of years cycle, but now every 3 months, every 6 months, you have a new item, a product line extension that is coming into the market. And actually, why do companies do this? Because this is a way to keep customers interested in the product. So very much like assortment rotation. And one can think, for example, in Japan, there is a very interesting example, 7-Eleven, that has been, for example, launching fast food products every couple of months to keep customers interested. So the customers would not get bored with a product that is being sold. And because you change what's on sale, you will see more people coming to the store. And this is pretty much the same effect as assortment rotation.